Robert, and you're watching Backyard Bodyworks. Hi everybody, I'm Robert and you're watching Backyard Bodyworks. Today is March the 30th, Monday. We're not taking a break. We're back out next day to start working on our next series where we're going to get the rear end ready for welding. I've taken some time off from work. If you're just tuning in, I work at a hospital. I work at a maternity hospital. I'm a radiology technician, which means if you break your arm, I'm the person that takes the picture for you. So I'm taking a break from that with the coronavirus and all that stuff. Of course, I took the time off. I put in for the time off way before any of this stuff broke out, simply because of the fact that I need to get out and work on the car. I needed some garage time, and I haven't been putting in a lot over the last 6 months, just simply because of holidays and things at work that were being really busy. So I'm off for the next 10 days. So I'll be back to work next Monday. And we're going to be spending our time out here in the shop working on the car. The plan for this series is to finish welding up the rear of the car and get everything finalized here. Let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for stopping by the shop, and we are glad that you decided to spend your few minutes with us. Hopefully this will be entertaining for you and you will enjoy what it is that we're doing here. Okie dokie. The plan for today is we're going to get this rear valance off, and we're going to start on the outsides and we're going to work our way to the middle. When I say that, we're going to start when we start welding, we're going to start welding from the outsides and we're going to start welding in. I'm not sure which side we're going to start with. We'll probably start with the passenger side, move in, go to the driver's side, move in, and then we'll start with the rear valance and getting it set in place. So I've got it where I pretty much want it. I am happy with the fit. Everything fits really nice. I still have a lot of stuff I've got to trim up that we didn't trim up before, and I want to make sure that all that gets taken care of before we do. Plus we've got all the rust preventative we've got to put on, and so this video is going to be a pretty busy video as far as what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and get started dismantling some of this, and we can start trimming things up and getting them ready to weld up. So follow along. Alright guys, that is going to conclude it for today. We will be back out here tomorrow to finish cleaning up that corner and painting up the spots that need to be painted up, as well as welding on a few little pieces here and there to finish off that corner. So come back tomorrow and we will see you there. Till then, be safe. Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, March the 31st. We are still in self-quarantine for COVID-19. Not that any of us have it. We're not on lockdown yet, but if things keep going the way they are, it'll probably put us on lockdown. But of course, I won't be on lockdown because I still have to go into the hospital to do my job. Of course, that's not till next week because I'm off this week. I took some time off. So anyway, we're back on the car today. We're trying to get as much done this week as we possibly can, because once we get back to next week, who knows when I'll be able to get back to it. We are working on getting the surfaces prepped for welding, fixing some small places that I've missed, trying to make everything look as smooth and as uniform as possible all along this rear end. And so far everything looks really good with the panels in place, and I'm really pleased with the way things are fitting together. Kind of like the sills when we did those, you know, oh, is it going to look good? Oh, and then it started to come together, and it really looked really good. So same thing's happening back here. The panels, you know, they're aftermarket. They require some tweaking and some moving around, but all in all, man, it looks great. I am really pleased with it. So we were going to continue with that today. Possibly this week I'm going to try and get everything welded so that that's done, and then we can move on to the floors and the sills on the driver's side and start getting all that ready to replace, because that's going to be a big job too, just like it was on the other side. Still not sure if we're going to flip the car around for that, because I mean, I've got plenty of room. I just got to clean out, and I just don't feel like lowering the car and raising it back up just to turn it around. So thanks for stopping by the shop, and we're going to go ahead and get started. one. I think we pretty much got it ready to go in, weld up tight. Now, we had discussed we're gonna do one side, then we're gonna do the other side, and then we're gonna do the rear. I'm not gonna weld along this bottom lip until all the pieces are in, and then I'll go through and I'll tack them in place using the spot welder to get the seams in, and then we will trim everything up and be done. Of course, we might not do that this video, but we are going to do the two sides. We're going to finish this one up today, and then we're going to do the other side tomorrow. Let's get started. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday. We are back to work. We're back to work today. Last night we had an issue with the compressor, so I didn't get a chance to end up and tell you guys what we were doing. But we finished up welding this side over here. Today we are going to finish cleaning up the weld and getting the panel looking nice, and then we're gonna come over here to the driver's side and we're going to do the same thing. So thanks for stopping by the shop. Come on along as we start getting to work and we get things ramped up here. All right guys, that's all we got time for today. We are going to pick up this tomorrow sometime later in the morning. So because of the fact that we got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, I've got to go make grocery runs for all the parental units, trying to keep them in their houses. So y'all be safe, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow afternoon. Hi everybody, it is April the 2nd, Thursday. We are back in the shop. We are working on the passenger side quarter where we've welded up. We've had a little bit of panel warpage due to welding, and we just need to fix that area just a little bit. We need to pull the low spot out and make it as flat as possible so that we're not using, tons and tons of body filler, which is not one of my favorite things to use. It has its purpose, but you don't want to sculpture body panels out of body filler. So we're going to be doing some metal work today, and we're going to try and get this to a decent shape. so we won't have as much body work to do later. So thanks for stopping by the shop. Let's go ahead and get started, and let's get rolling. What I've done is I've taken and drilled a hole, and I've put a screw in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out put slight outward pressure on that screw, and I'm going to tap, because we got a depression right here. So I'm going to put pressure here, and I'm going to try and relieve that tension that's in this panel to get rid of that, because this is a major depression right here. I mean, it's probably a good 1/4 inch sunk in, maybe an 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch, and I need to pull this seam out just a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to start with the lowest point here, and I'm going to work my way down the seam, probably out to about right here. So we're looking at an area about that big. So that's what we're going to start with right now. So let's get to it. All right, everybody, now that side's done and I'm happy with that, we are going to attempt this side. We still got some fitting, I think, to do here. I don't know if we'll get it welded today, but we're going to get it back fitted and ready to weld. And what we're going to try and do on this side that I might not have done on the other was to be a little bit more wary about metal warping, which is what the problem I ran into over there. I let the heat build up too quickly, and I didn't let it cool, which is why when you're stitching panels like this, now there's some people that will disagree with me, but when I stitch panels, I like to do it very slowly. And I was kind of in a hurry, and I warped the panel on the other side just a little bit. We're going to try and not do that over here. So it's just going to be, a little, let it cool, stitch a little bit, let it cool, and it's going to take a little longer on this side, I think, because we're taking a little bit more care not to warp the panel. So let's go ahead and get started with that, and we will probably wrap it up for the day after that. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for tonight. It's almost 8 o'clock at night and I got to go and get a shower. But we've got this panel welded up and I'm happy with it. Of course, we've got to grind down the seam. Of course, the welds are ugly as sin, but you know what? They'll grind down nice. They're getting better. But it fits really well. I'm very pleased with the fit. Very pleased. Now, tomorrow we'll probably fit the rear valance on, but we will not be welding it up because we got tons of stuff that we have to do before that, because there's stuff that I need to get to that I can only get to with the valance off. So in order to clean all that stuff up, I'm going to keep the valance off for right now. And then once I get everything in that area, the rear area cleaned up that I want to get cleaned up, we will call that done. But I am very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with the lines and the way it looks. This looks a lot better than the other side did. We don't have any metal warpage except for back here, and maybe just a little bit right through there, but not a lot. Nothing that can't be fixed. So we will call it a night and we will see you guys in the morning. Bye. Hey everybody. It is Friday, April the 3rd. We are finishing up this series with the right rear quarter, or the driver's side rear quarter. We're going to finish that up. We're going to finish grinding the panel smooth and doing all the metal work and finishing that up so that we have both of these sides pretty much ready to receive the rear valance, which we will do in another video because there's other stuff that I need to do back here that we will do elsewhere. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for stopping by the shop. Come along with us as we get things moving down the highway. All right, guys, that's going to conclude it for this week. We've got a lot accomplished. I am very pleased with what we've done. We've gotten the driver's side rear quarter in. We got the passenger side rear quarter in. We've gotten the boot floor all done. You know, in the last 10 days since I took the week off from work, a lot of stuff's been done, and I am very pleased with the progress that we've made. Now, next week, what we're going to get started on is fitting the rear valance in that space. We are not going to weld it yet, as there's a lot of things in the boot that I want to get to, such as stripping and cleaning and getting ready to put epoxy primer inside the car and all that nonsense. So we won't be welding that, but just to let you know that we've reached a benchmark. We are now on the driver's side of the car. And that means that we are well on our way to hitting home. We have come around the Cape of Good Hope and we are headed north. That is a good feeling. Once we have all that done, then we can remove the body from the chassis and start our chassis work and get that repaired. So I am very pleased. Anyway, thanks for stopping by the shop. You guys are awesome, and it is an enjoyment to make these videos for you guys, to entertain you, to just, you know, watch an old guy work on his car. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, binge watch, and see the progress that we've made. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to get notified every time that we upload a video, either this project here with the GT6 or any of the other projects that me and my wife do, by all means, hit the notification bell and that will alert you every time we upload a video. Guys, it's such a good time. And I want you guys to be safe out there during this crisis that we're in with the virus. Remember, don't go any place that you don't normally have to, and keep it shiny. Bye.